Hey everybody, Andy here. I wanted to talk to you guys about this whole victim culture thing. Dude, it's such a bad road to go down. Society doesn't celebrate victimhood. Um, Telling everybody that you're a victim is like asking to be victimized. This is just how it is. This is how it was in like grade school. It's how it works in nature. It's always been that way. You can't fight this one. You got to fight the fights that matter. That you didn't fight those fights is a signal to everybody else in the world that they could do that very same thing that that other person did to you. You just told everybody that you let somebody do that shit to you, whatever way you were victimized. The moment you start considering that as something to brag about, all the predators in the world, and there's predators in the world of every stripe and flavor, all them predators, you just gave them a signal that you'd like this to happen to you again, because you didn't do anything about it last time. I'll give you a little story. As a little kid growing up, I grew up with a bunch of older brothers, so we was wrestling and all that stuff long before I ever went to school. I already knew how to fight. On my first day of school, I discovered there's a whole bunch of kids there that are regular assholes like everybody else in the world, and most of them didn't know how to fight. A lot of them knew how to talk smack and a lot of stupid shit, but they didn't know how to fight. So I would simply just go, look, why don't you quit talking shit and swing, and then I'll just kick your ass and we'll all know who the punk is. 90% of the time, they didn't swing first, and everybody knew who the punk was because they didn't swing. All I did was stood up for myself. Nobody else even tried any shit after that. One year I went to, moved in the summertime and made some friends in the summertime, and then the first day of school comes around, and this guy who I had made friends with, unbeknownst to me, he was picked on in school a lot. Not so much outside of school, but in school a lot. So I'm walking to school with him, like all cool and everything, the first day of school, and some dude runs up between us and smacks both of us in the back of the head and turns around to say something. And I immediately jumped forward and I stepped on his foot, pushed him to the ground and put one on his face and got up and walked away. Straight out right there. Everybody in the school fucking saw it. My buddy's like, I can't believe you did that. I looked him straight in the eye and I'm like, I can't believe you didn't. Okay. The days of that guy picking on my friend were over the moment I stood up to him. Forget about him ever messing with me again. He didn't mess with anybody again. The moment somebody called him on his bullshit and being a dick and getting away with it is when he stopped. There's all these people in the world that are getting away with being dicks to everybody because nobody stops them. Nobody goes, hey, fuck you, bring it. You're going to have to kick my ass over this. Yes, I know you probably can kick my ass, but you're going to have to do it this time. And the next time, yes, you're going to have to do it the next time too. This is something that the female mindset doesn't understand. The male mindset, it's etched in stone. It's not negotiable. It is what it is. Get over it. Mother Nature set it up that way. There's no fighting it. It is that way. To the female brain, this is like some kind of evil, pathetic, childish logic. It's not. It's absolutely sound logic. Because at the end of the day, if you're walking down the street at night, it doesn't matter what's politically correct. When that dude walks up to mug somebody, he's going to pick the person with the big victim sign on his forehead. I'm a white guy. I can walk around in black neighborhoods and people don't really line up to fuck with me. I carry myself well, and if I had to, I'd go to the mat. I'm 50, I'd still go to the mat. It comes with the territory. Don't be a victim. You act like a victim, they'll treat you like a victim, and that's how it is. Y'all got to stand up for yourselves. It's not optional. Quit being such a fucking pussy. Sometimes you have to stand up, and that might mean getting your ass kicked. Welcome to Earth. Society's a competitive place. You can't show me any examples where it's not true in the animal kingdom. It's true everywhere you go, everywhere in the world. The one who's willing to fight for it, yeah, that's not the first guy they pick on. So every time you go out and like claim victimhood as some kind of bonus point or some kind of way to win a debate or way to actually get some extra cheese on your fucking pizza, understand this. Every time you claim victimhood, you're sending a signal to a predator that you'll let them do whatever that thing that you let somebody else do to you, it didn't really matter that much to you. It's cold, it's nasty, it's harsh. Yeah, it hurts a lot of people's feelings, but that's the way it is. If you won't defend yourself, and you need to, you're going to get what's coming to you. Whatever somebody else decides, that's what's going to happen. You've got to stand up for yourself. This is the same problem you see with people trying to negotiate business deals where they end up doing the job for less than what it costs for them to do the job. They lose their ass on a job that they bid because they didn't negotiate properly. It's like, look, if you won't give me my money for this particular job, I'm not going to do it, and you can go pound sand. If you want to find somebody else who will do it at a loss, good luck. Have fun with that search. You're not going to get anybody as smart as a houseplant. If you're trying to get people to do a job for less than the job is worth, you're going to end up with somebody who doesn't even know how to do the job right. Because if they did, they know what the job was worth and hence how much they should charge. And this translates all through all society. You got to take responsibility for you. Victimhood, yeah, that is a nowhere pursuit. That is going no place good. The more times you claim a victim, the more you're going to be victimized going forward. I know it's not right. I know it's not nice. I know it's not bunny rabbits and sunshine. But that's how it is. We celebrate people who stood up. We celebrate people who did the hard thing, who stood up for themselves and took care of their own stuff. Those are the people that we should be looking up to. This victim culture thing where you're supposed to show somebody extra respect because they stayed in an abusive relationship for 25 years? No, 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 no. At no point in that whole thing was it anything other than that person stayed in that abusive relationship. And it's not exclusive to guys. Women can be abusive too. Guys stay with them way too long. I see this all the time where people are stuck in toxic relationships. There's no comparison to what it's like when it's done right. When it's done right, the other person has your back, no matter what. No backstabbing, none of that shit, no sneaky shit behind each other's back. No, you're... It's a whole different game. So, to get back on topic, victim culture, yeah, it's about as toxic a thing as you ever saw. It doesn't work in any environment. It doesn't work in the elementary school environment. As soon as them boys walk on the playground, it's a whole different set of rules. And really, at the end of the day, it's about, are you willing to defend yourself? Will you punch that guy back in the face if he's too much of a dick to you? Because if you won't, he's going to keep being a dick to you. I had this conversation with a bunch of people who grew up getting picked on and stuff, and I talked to teenage boys about this a whole bunch of times over the years. You got to stick up for yourself. This whole thing where you're going to tell the teacher, yeah, that doesn't work in the here and now. You're talking about some punishment somewhere down the line, and it's probably not going to happen because you're going to go over there whining and crying to the teacher, and they're not going to want to hear what you have to say in the first place, because there's no respect for a victim, especially one that took some of the blame can be placed on. You went over and talked smack to the big kid, and he punked you, huh? Why'd you talk smack to him in the first place? Let's see. Yeah, that pretty much covers it. It's just the most toxic mentality you ever seen. It's like, wow. I certainly wouldn't want to go around telling everybody that I got picked on by guys half my size. No. Then everybody's it'll be like a feeding frenzy. And that's the way it is in like the man world. You can't get off the bottom tier of the punk ladder and climb the social ladder if you're not willing to defend yourself in some form or fashion that's effective. That's why you're trapped down there getting punked all the time, because you don't stand up for yourself. You got to. It's not an option. Anyway, that's a long enough rant for today.